Here's one more video about a specific coaching tip that has ruined many, many serves. And it is this, that the serve is like a baseball pitch, like a throw forward. And no matter where you are in the world, you will see coaches having their students throw balls as hard and as far as they can forward. And especially in children's lessons, from youngest age on, that is one of the first things that you see. And by doing that, they actually force the students to ingrain the absolute opposite of what you should be doing on the serve. By hitting the serve like a throw, you will open up too soon. And you're doing the exact opposite of what you should be doing, which is to launch yourself up, and yes, some forward, but mostly you want to stay side on as long as possible. And when you throw the ball forward, that ain't happening. Now, how do I know that that is wrong? Well, I was taught wrong. I had great technique on everything but the serve. It was a doable serve, but I definitely never got to the best of my abilities with that serve because I had wrong coaching. And I've also had further education as a coach, listening and watching one of the world's experts in biomechanics, Dr. Meike Kovacs. So let's take a look at one of the videos that he's using to teach the right way to serve. You clearly see the difference of Andy Roddick staying side on very, very long, meaning that his chest and hips are facing the side as long as possible. And if you look at my serve, the way that I used to serve my entire career basically, you will see that mimicking that throw-in motion makes me open my hip and my shoulder way too soon. You will also see that I'm stepping around with my right foot. I'm a right-hander. My right foot comes around here, and those two things combined force me to be wide open because that's really the only way that I can make contact. And I've done this wrong such a long time that if I don't think, if I'm just doing what I automatically used to do over years, it looks like this. If serving the wrong way only robbed you of power on the serve, I could probably live with it. But the problem really with that wrong way of serving and receiving that wrong cue in coaching is that it puts immense stress on your shoulder. And we all know that I had to retire because of shoulder issues. And I do blame my wrong serve for that, at least partially. What should you be doing instead? Let's look at one of the best servers on tour right now. What does it mean to stay side on your serve? So let's look at Aryna Sabalenka in full speed, and then we'll break it down. So the side on, staying side on, refers to the chest and the hips staying side on, pointing to the side fence. And you want to stay on as long as possible. So you see Aryna Sabalenka here as she draws her right foot parallel to the left. And she's staying side on in the loading position or trophy position, whichever one you want to call it. She's staying side on in the cocking position right here. She's staying side on as she accelerates up to contact point, and she is still more or less closed, staying side on as she's making contact. And that is where you see a whole lot of players being completely open, meaning that both shoulders and both hips are already facing fully to the court. And you want to avoid that. And if you're a visual learner, here's another great drill that will help you stay side on a little longer. You can use any kind of rubber band, anything, or a towel even, and put that right here as an extension of your left foot if you're a right-hander. Obviously, you don't want to put anything on the ground that if you step on it, you slip or anything, so don't put balls there or anything. Put a towel there, or if you're on clay, you could just even draw a line, either one is fine. But just having this visual line right down here, it helps me specifically to draw my right foot up and not around. Because yeah, I do feel that obviously. And it's just a visual reminder that you want to keep your shoulders and your hips, belly button, side on as long as possible. So I want to be parallel right over that line basically. So let's see how that goes. Very obviously, I touched the line because it was crooked. And you might know that my serve, fixing my serve, is an ongoing saga. But I do film this to show you that I'm struggling with this, because I've done it so many times wrong that I really have to think and do things very deliberately. So you're not the only one struggling with making adjustments to your game. Nope, hit it again. When you are serving full pace, it's really hard to make those changes. So you just have to do it over and over and over again. And I'm definitely still working on going up and out, staying side on, instead of doing this, which is what I would do if I were to pitch the ball. Using a visual cue and or actually tactile cue a little bit if you step on it, in the beginning always feels horrible. But now looking at the video just now, there is a huge difference in terms of how far I'm bringing my hip around here. So yes, of course, that's incremental changes. If you can stick with making these changes a little bit at a time, it's gonna pay off big time. And if only that you never have to deal with injuries. That felt better foot-wise. Again, I have to check on video what I did. It's a journey. If you now want to dive deeper into how to develop great vertical hip displacement, it is the launching yourself up and out, because that is actually the one and only thing that determines how fast you can really serve. And that is complete opposite to this. Then you got to check out this video right here with more drills and more help on how you get a better serve.